Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a disassembly video for you on this little guy right here. This is the Ferrum Forge Mini Archbishop. Very interesting knife, and very curious to take this guy apart and see what we got going on here. So, let's go ahead and jump into it here. How are we doing this? This side of the pivot is keyed, so I need to remove this side, which means I probably have to remove the clip because, yeah, I bet the clip screw is also a body screw. Maybe not. So I'll put the clip off to the side right here. Is that necessary? Actually, what I'm suspecting is that these two screws hold on the carbon fiber, and underneath the carbon fiber, there's another set of screws underneath there. So, whatever. That works. This guy was picked up directly from the Ferrum Forge not so long ago. They are very nearby to me, so I just walked over. Well, not walked. I just drove over there and said, hey, want to buy one of these guys? They said, sure. Take them. Yeah, let me take your money. And it was a beautiful thing. Let's go ahead and pop this loose. Wow, we got a lot of layers going on here. Drop that in there. Like I said, in order to get to the inside of this, I had to remove these back screws as well as the clips. You end up removing, actually, a surprising number of things to take this knife apart, but the end result should be pretty straightforward. There we go. Everything has disassembled. All right, let's go ahead and take this guy apart and go the rest of the way here. So if you're ever curious about any of the tools I'm using for this or any other disassembly, go ahead and check nickshabazz.com/tools, and you'll see a video with a list of every damn thing I use in my process here. Right now, using some rubbing alcohol on a little fabric swatch to clean off the knife, the pivot, etc. Getting everything nice and pristine in here. Go ahead and clean this area off here. A little bit of wear and such. There we go. There we go. And here we go. So, just using a Q-tip now, as you are likely already observing. It's always hard to figure out just how much I want to narrate these particular elements. Like, oh, now I'm wiping a surface. Now I'm wiping another one. I'm going to wipe another surface now. Go ahead and watch carefully as I wipe this surface. You know, at some level, that part of it's pretty intuitive. But I still think there's some value in doing these kinds of things, if nothing else, because, A, it shows people who, haven't bought the knife yet how it's constructed, right? If you got in here and the whole thing was held together with freaking, Teflon and glue, that's something that would be a deal breaker for a lot of folks. This, by the way, right here, this backspacer, that's carbon fiber, which actually wasn't apparent to me at one point. So it's cool to see. I'm going to go ahead and, wow, I should actually talk. I'm going to go ahead and use some 10-weight nano oil here. Just put a little bit here, a little bit there. And I'll go ahead and just rotate this washer, or this bearing, that is, just so that way everything is sort of spitting as expected. Okay, go ahead and put the lubrication on the blade itself. Remember that this pivot here is keyed now. This is Ferrum Forge, having listened to the world and realizing that, you know what, free spinning pivots, not necessarily a bonus and not necessarily a beautiful thing. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of lubrication onto there, onto the tent ball hole and the bearings here. And again, just put it in there. Not applying more, I'm just using the tip of the applicator there to rotate that fully. All right. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and put the backspacer into position, because once I put this on there, I'm going to need to drop those two screws into place. And I need to drop those screws into place before the carbon fiber, that's right. All right, so let me grab my T6 driver. And let me grab some Loctite, blue thread locker. And go ahead and put a little on there. And I just need to spear the backspacer here. Okay. I'm not tightening that down fully. Oh, I'm an idiot. I just put the wrong one in the wrong place. I don't have any reason to believe that these screws would be differently sized, but part of the reason I use a disassembly mat that has is I can arrange things in the way that they're supposed to go back onto the knife. And that just, it adds a level of sort of security, if you will, to the process that in case one of the screws is subtly different, you know, and sometimes you will get screws of different lengths going into different regions of the knife, so to speak. This makes it a little easier for me to reliably get that right, you know, because God knows I need all the help I can get. All right. There we go. Rotate that. And again, I'm not trying to tighten everything down here. Just trying to get it in place so that I can reliably put in the other one here. Let's drop the other one in place. Beautiful. Am I missing something? This is feeling too easy right now. I don't think so. So I'll tighten this down. This T6 bit has seen better days. I'm going to swap him out soon. You can see here there's a little rounding on the outside of it. I should fix that. A T6 bit is cheap. Replacing parts is less so. So I'll go ahead and do that as soon as I am done here. He says optimistically, in reality, I'll probably let it go for another 5-10 disassemblies because I'm not a brilliant man. All right, swap this here. And, a little bit of thread locker again here. Very interesting piece. As somebody who's reviewed a custom Archbishop, as well as the Pro line, a Pro Series, or whatever the heck it was, Archbishop, and owns one of those, actually, seeing the mini version made, it was kind of cool. I actually think the Archbishop is probably one of their better designs, and I'm just releasing the tension on the lock bar here. That's just going to allow everything to sort of slip into place in a way. It's a little bit less, I don't know, controversial. Controversial? What the heck am I talking about here? But it'll let everything slide into place without it there being any binding by virtue of the lock bar being up against the lock face. That went a little tight. So let's go ahead and get this dialed in real quick before I put the clip back on, just to make sure everything's working right. Yeah, that looks good. The one downside to this kind of construction is that I actually, could I get through here? Because the centering is now very slightly favoring the, this would be the show side. And if it's favoring the show side, generally that either means the pivot is loose, which it is not, or that the other screws, that there's some tension still in the system. What I'm going to try and do is actually, so I want to actually loosen and then retighten these two screws in the back here. But in order to do that, I actually need to lift this carbon fiber out and away. And because the pivot is on, okay, good, I can do this. Now the pivot is currently tightened, so I'm going to loosen this and loosen this just a tad. Now what I'm going to do is retighten these two. There we go, and there you go. Now I'll put these screws back into place. Actually, yeah, and now my centering is dead on. So this is a little detail. It's not one that I think matters to a whole lot of people. I'll say that much. However, it is something that's nice to see. And where the heck did my other screw go? Is it in my pants? I don't know. All right. Come here, screw. You're around here. I know you are. Let's look on the camera just to make sure that other people aren't staring at it already and saying, you idiot. There it is. No, one under the table. Next time that I move, I'm going to probably make a conscious choice to put some sort of a surface that is non-carpeted underneath my workbench, just so that any screw I get flying off is easier to find. There we go. And now finally I just have to put the clip back into position. The clip screw is freaking tiny. Really freaking tiny. So I'll make sure that it goes into place here. Then I'll go ahead and I'll push it right through this hole into that area there. And then just drop it down like it's hot. There we go. Beautiful. No play. Reliable deployment. Life is good. Alrighty, so there we go. Hope this has been interesting to you and that you have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.